Originally from Jacksonville, North Carolina. My husband is from Levanta. So we've been here for about 9 years, and we started going to Toa Baja Christian Church when my children told us about it being associated with the school. So we've been there and very, very active with the church. And being a pastor's daughter, I kind of know what kind of roles need to be. And when Hurricane Maria came, before it even hit, I went around the house and I started praying for my house. I started praying for my neighborhood, and I knew that we were going to be okay. I had a peace come over me, and during the storm I just played my music on my phone. I was doing hourly updates on Facebook Live with my family, because I have family in North Carolina, Ohio, and a lot of places, so I wanted to keep them up to date. And around 8 o'clock in the morning on the 20th, I walked outside and I saw the water rising in our street, coming up to, it was not far from our garage. So I told my husband, I said, we need to come outside. And our garage is made to where you can see through the bars. It doesn't have a real solid garage door. So we come outside and I take our music, and we just have our own praise and worship right there in our garage. And then I stood on the back of my truck and I said, Jesus, you were able to tell the seas to stop. It's time to make this stop. And so I felt really blessed to come out 30 minutes later, and there was no water. The water was gone in the streets. But then I'm hearing from the neighbors that water is coming up in the 4th section and the 5th section. And I just started praying, God, please keep that water, keep it at bay. So after the storm, I went around and I got in my truck and I drove, and I was thankful that I had the truck, first of all, because the water was so high. And I saw a family walking with a little boy and the mother and father, and I think the girl was about 5 or 6. But what really touched me is that they were walking, trying to get somewhere safe. So I stopped in the middle of the road, in the middle of a puddle of water, and I asked them, do you need a ride? And they were like, well, we're trying to get to another family member's house. And I said, don't worry, just come on. I couldn't let those little kids, I couldn't let them walk. So we go a little bit further and I see some more people, and I'm like, come on, get in the back of the truck. And so I started driving, and then we hit a puddle, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it through this. And I'm telling the people, I'm sorry for the water splashing them in. But I get them all back, and I get home, and my husband asked me what I saw, and I told him. A couple of days, it was very hard because I couldn't call my family. I'm used to speaking to my family every day. So I couldn't reach them. My son's in Nebraska at school, can't reach him. And so I just did what I needed to do. Nobody had power. We were blessed, we had a generator. So I started cooking in my neighborhood. I cooked for over 20 people in my neighborhood. And they would bring their food over and we would just throw it all together. And then 3 days later, Brian Smith came to the house, and he helps communicate with my son. So he was like, Sasha, over here in the 4th and 5th section, we got really hit bad. I said, I know, but I haven't been able to get over there because of water. He said, come on, let's go see. I said, but before we go see, we got food in the pantry at church. We got big buckets. Let's go fill it up with water. And good idea, Sasha, good idea. So we loaded up everything into the back of my truck, and Hector, myself, and Brian just went, and we went to the Ramons. And then from there, the idea came to, we can help with more food. Nothing was open. Standing 12 hours in line for gasoline, but Costco was open. Sam's was open. So I said, I got a membership. Who else got a membership? And then we started going to get what little we could. And then with Anna, her sister, telling us about IDES, it was like the best blessing ever. I'm used to feeding a big family, so I could sit here and tell you, okay, this is what's needed for a family of 2 to 3. This is what's needed for it. So we went through and started making the boxes and everything. And to see the faces of the people that we were helping, it was, no words can really explain. And then we would go around to the neighborhoods and deliver food to people that couldn't get out. And how grateful. But not only seeing how grateful people were, but they were taking and they were sharing with their neighbors, like I was doing at home, cooking for my neighbors. So it inspired me to want to do more. And then I went to North Carolina to get a break. I needed to recharge myself. But when I came back, they had already started doing a different service, because a lot of people didn't need food anymore. We needed beds to sleep on. They needed food, refrigerators to put the food in, and stoves to cook on. So, or simply have their roof sealed, because the rain was so bad. Even after the hurricane, just a simple rainstorm, we would be flooded again. So we went, and when I came back, we started doing mattresses and doing refrigerators and stoves and sealant and paint. But I kind of felt like that wasn't enough. When Lesbia came and told me that with me giving them food, with Toa Baja Christian Church giving them food, it inspired them to give to other people. I wanted to go see. So then I started going with them, but also helping with the church. But I met so many groups. And so I've been helping not just Toa Baja Christian Church and Lesbia's group, but we pray PR, or we love PR. It's a group that helps veterans. And then I met a lady named Tara from Mano a Mano. They've been feeding people throughout the island. So it's been all these groups working together. And with just a little bit, I can call them and say, hey, we're not able to get a refrigerator. We can't get a refrigerator and stove for this person because he doesn't have a roof yet. Can you guys come and help me get this roof on? And I know that those groups are going to come and help. So Maria did damage. But I think that Maria also brought people together. My family would send stuff, and I used to joke with Anna, this is Hurricane Maria Christmas. So it wasn't Christmas, it was Hurricane Maria Christmas. It wouldn't go a day without getting 2 or 3 boxes of food. I always tell my friends and that I have the best family in the world. But through this, I know that God blessed me with the best family ever. Because cousins that I haven't seen in 5 or so years, maybe longer, I'm getting packages. I'm getting, what do you need? My one cousin, she adopted a family. So her and her husband, they got clothes for the 1-year-old and for the mother, and it was just to watch and see. But now stuff isn't coming as it was. And I know it's hard, but I don't feel like God is done with what we're doing here. Oh, I know Puerto Rico's gonna bounce back from this. It may take a while, but I know that they are gonna bounce back. What I see the need now is building materials. Just a few days ago, I was in an area called Sabana Seca that's here in Toa Baja, and there's walls of the outside wall of a house with a blue tarp. So it's just the tarp that's keeping the elements out. It's not the wood, it's not concrete, it's not any of that. So, but if you're being denied, because some people, they don't have a job right now, they don't, so if you can't pay back the small business loans or any of the loans because you don't have a job, then, but you can't leave your house because it's not secure, it's kind of, but with all of this, I've watched and saw that that people are able to pitch in. I mean, if it's one panel of wood, or if it's a couple of nails, or a bag of concrete, you don't think it goes far, but it does. So I know that we're going to rise up and we're going to make things better. And I hear of the electric companies and that are coming from the States. I'm proud to say North Carolina is one to send them. So, and I just want people not to forget. We're here, we're working, and we thank everybody for their continuous prayers and help.